Shalom. Shalom to the elect out there, to the 144,000. Also, shalom to the others that's putting in this work. I'd like to start out by saying Barakatah Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawah Shah, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. In English, that would mean all praise to the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Matthew 28:19, go therefore, teaching all nations, where the elect of Israel is scattered, because the elect of Israel was scattered to all four corners, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Yahawah, and in the name of the Son, Yahawah Shah, and in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Rakah Kwadash. Today we'll be talking about everything good and bad comes from above, from Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawah Shah. So, a lot of times people feel upset and they lose faith and all different type of things because stuff is happening that they don't want to happen or they ain't expect to happen. So things like infant babies dying, little kids dying, teens dying, older people dying, your grandparents and your grandma, your mama. You see people starving, you see people with missing limbs, no legs or no arms, or, deaf, blind. People going through hard times. This is all from Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shah. Because you still got rich people, you got wealthy people, you got blessed people, you got good people in good health, just different things. You got all the good stuff and you got the bad stuff. You got happiness and you got adversity. You got spoiled and you got discipline. But everything comes from above, from Yahawah. And as you learn that, you learn to accept the things that's going to come in your life. Because if you don't learn this, then these things could cause a lot of pain and stress. But if you understand it, you know that it's going to happen. You expect it to happen. You don't know when, but you know it's going to happen. It will actually get you ready for it versus the stuff just hitting you out of nowhere and it break you down. But if you are ready for something, when it comes, it may still hurt you, but you was ready for it versus you not being ready at all when it hit you and you just caught off guard. It hurts worse. So we have to learn that everything, no matter what it is, good or bad, comes from above, from Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shah. So, me, my oldest brother got killed. My daddy dead. My grandmother died. At first, before I came into the truth, I was sad. I was salty, But once I came into the truth, and then my grandmother died. But when she died, I shed a few tears, and I kept it going. I ain't say nothing. I ain't look up to none of that. Yes, sir, I know these things has to happen. I know these things have to happen. So you learn to accept it. And once you learn to accept something, you learn to get past it a little faster. Of course I'm gonna think about my parents and my grandparents and my brother. Of course I'm gonna think about them, but I'm not gonna be mad and I'm not gonna be looking at Yahawah like, why you do that? No, you learn that everything that's gonna come to you, good or bad, comes from the Father. So Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination. A false balance. So you got to be equal. It got to be equal, good and bad. He don't want just good or just bad. He want good and bad. So a false balance is an abomination to Yahawah, but a complete weight is his delight. complete. Going through this on this side and going through that on that side to make you balanced, to be equal. So many people went through so many things in the Bible, but they didn't talk down. They didn't talk down because they knew this was part of it. They knew this was part of it. Lamentations 3:38. Is it not from the mouth of Yahawah that both calamities and good things come? That's a question. Then you look up this word calamities, and it says an event causing great and often sudden damage or distress or disaster. So that's nothing good. So it says, is it not from the mouth of Yahawah that both calamities and good things come? Question mark. Yes, they both come from Yahawah. They both come from Yahawah, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. So once you learn that and you learn to accept it, it helps you. It helps you. It helps you deal with the situation even better. 2 Corinthians 5:10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shah, so that each of us may receive what is due us for the things while in the body, whether good or bad. So the good and the bad, you still gonna have to go to the judgment seat. And Yahawah makes the good or the bad. Yahawah makes the good and the bad, man. But we all gonna have to go sing. So whatever you do, try to do good. Try to do good, man. Don't be known as a wicked person. Ecclesiastes 9:2. All share a common destiny, the righteous and the wicked. See, this is a balance right here. This is a balance. That was a balance, good and bad. The righteous and the wicked, the good and the bad, the clean and the unclean, those who offer sacrifice and those who do not. As it is with the good, so with the sinful. As it is with those who take oaths, so with those who are afraid to take them. So that's a balance. I got the good and I got the bad. That's balance. That's right. That's in the middle. He don't want a false balance. He want a just balance. So we know that everything good or bad comes from Yahawah. So James 1:17, everything good and Salakim, James 1:17, every good and perfect gift is from above, just like everything bad. Salakim. James 1:17, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. Who does not change. So it's always going to be good and bad. We could look at Job. Yeah, Job. Oh man, Job was rich. Job had everything. Job had everything. And Job was tested. He was tested. So to have everything, and then it says in Job 2 and 7, so Satan went out from the presence of the Lord Yahawah and afflicted Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Job 2 and 8. Then Job took a piece of broken pottery and scraped himself with it as he sat amongst the ashes. So he was going through so much stuff. He lost his cattle, his money, his sheep, all that stuff. He lost everything, right? It says his wife said to him, Are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse Yahawah and die. Because of the pain that he was going through and all the stuff that he lost. See, his woman tried to just mess up his head. But he knew that everything good came from Yahawah and all the bad came from Yahawah. She didn't believe that. So she said some wicked stuff like that. And look what Job said to her. He replied, Job 2 and 10. He replied, You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from Yahawah and not trouble? In all this, Job did not sin in what he said. Because he knows the good and the bad comes from Yahawah. So once we learn that, we learn to take it and run with it too. Whatever comes from Yahawah, it was going to come anyway. So you can't get mad and curse him and talk down and stuff. That's going to lead to worse things. So you learn to accept it. So everything good or bad comes from Yahawah. And once you learn that, your life become better. You're able to deal with things. You're able to deal with people. You're able to deal with the things people gonna do to you. So Ecclesiastes 7 and 14. When times are good, be happy. But when times are bad, consider this. Yahawah has made the one as well as the other. I made the good and the bad. Therefore, no one can discover anything about their future. Because you can say, oh yeah, in the future I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. He might not have that in the future for you, so he might shut that down. So you got to learn to deal with the good and the bad. Do I go through things? Yes. Yes. At first, it used to be very painful. But now, as I learn that all the stuff, whether good or bad, comes from Yahawah, and that also builds our character, our faith, our trust, I roll with it. Because it also tells you he ain't going to put you through anything that you can't handle. So you learn to roll with it and learn to make you better. Make you a better person. So Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, and I'm going to read to 8. There is a time for everything. There is a time for everything. Everything good or bad. It comes from Yahawah. So Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Everything under the heavens, including us. Ecclesiastes 3:2. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. 3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. 5. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones. Well, gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. 6. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. 7. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. So all this different stuff makes a just balance. And we got to learn that. And the faster we learn that, the better off we will be. The better off you will be able to handle situations in your life. The better off that you will be able to take care of things in your life. Because if you off, the first thing to happen could trigger you. But if you balanced, it takes a while. But if you're already on the edge, it's not going to be good for you. If you're already on the edge and somebody try you, you probably going to bug out. But if you in the middle and somebody try you, you think about it first. It's better to be just. So Proverbs 16:11, a just balance and scales are Yahawah's. All the weights in the bag are his works. So everything comes from him. Everything comes from him, all the weight. So if he puts some weight over here, it's probably going to make you better over here. And that's going to equal you out. Everybody goes up and they come down, they come up, they come down, they come up, they come down. They make you in the middle. That's just. But we definitely have to learn that everything, because I hear it all the time. I just heard it. Matter of fact, my next door neighbor, which is 84, just lost his wife that was 79 on last Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So I heard all that. The whole family want to talk to me about this and that. I said, she's in a better place, man. She's in a better place. She ain't hurting no more. Everything, good or bad, comes from Yahawah. And now that I've learned them things, I'm able to accept the things in my life, to accept the pain and stuff that happens in my life, the losses that I've taken, the losses that I'm still taking. I accept it and roll with it. This is what Yahawah Bahashem Yahawah Shah wanted, so this is what I'm going to take. This is what I'm going to get. Now, I learned to take these things and become a better person so that I can be stronger. And the stronger I am, the more I can put up with. Because the worst thing you want to do is talk trash and talk crazy about Yahawah Bahashem Yahawah Shah because of something that happened in your life. Because then, once you talk crazy, it's going to get worse. So what you want to do is pray. 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 Pray for strength. Pray for endurance. Pray for understanding. Pray for wisdom. Because these things will help us in these times that we're going to go through, because we know that you're going to go through some good times and you're going to go through some bad times. Anybody in their life can think of a lot of good things that was happening, and you can also think about some bad things that was happening. I could think about a lot of things that was happening to me good, but I could also think about a lot of the bad things that was happening too. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, and we all have to learn to be okay with that, because it's going to happen anyway. Can't nobody do nothing about what Yahawah Bahashem Yahweh Shai has got planned. So you learn to roll with it. So just know that the little babies are going to be dying. The kids are going to be dying. The teens are going to be dying. Your mama, your daddy, your grandparents. People are going to be starving. It's going to be hard times. So them are like the hard things, the negative things, but you also got the rich people and the wealthy people, the blessed people, the people with good health. You also got the people that got bad health. You got the people that's spoiled. You got the people that's disciplined. You got the people that can overcome adversity, and you got the people that fall to adversity. So it's a just balance. So everything, good or bad, comes from Yahawah Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So once you learn that, it'll change your life for the better. It will change your life. Anything, good or bad. And I'm going to read this because this is real right here. This is just something that we all have to understand. So I'm going to go back to Ecclesiastes 7:14. When times are good, be happy. But when times are bad, consider this. Yahawah has made the one as well as the other. Therefore, no one can discover anything about their future. So just know that everything, good or bad, comes from Yahawah Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, I want to say Barakatah Yahawah Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rakakwadash. In English, that would mean all praise to the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. I also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders and brothers of Great Millstone. Shalom.